Greetings. I made about a month ago, I made a video about a story, true story of us climbing the mountain back here outside of Sitka, and gotten so many people have watched the video. I think it's almost 5,000 now. I thought I'd make another one about a story here in Sitka, Alaska. Back in the 1990s, after Peggy and I got married, we didn't have much money. We lived up by the high school, and we didn't even have a car for months. We walked to work, walked to the store, kids walked to school. But I had a little skiff. It was a ski barge. I kept it down at Thompson Harbor, which is at the time was Old Thompson. That was before they expanded the size of the harbor. So it was 14, 15 feet long. I had one of the first, officially put one of the first 4-stroke Yamahas that came to town back in the 1990s. Oh, that's good coffee this morning. Anyway, used to go out and skiff once a week, maybe even 2-3 times a week. I'd leave at 6 in the morning, or 5 in the morning in the summer. Just at daylight. I had a backpack and took my fishing pole and all my stuff and left the house and walked down to Thompson Harbor, which is about a mile, and get in the skiff and take off and fish all day. Sometimes I wouldn't get back to after 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. I can remember coming back at 10, 11 o'clock at night, late in summer. Anyway, I did a lot of fishing because we ate a lot of fish. We didn't have, like I said, we didn't have a whole lot of money back then. So, in the spring we get clams. I had a neighbor upstairs that he was a diver, and so he'd bring me abalone. I'd be down there pounding abalone at night, frying them up. We had crab pots and fish for salmon, all the rockfish. I really like rockfish. We prefer lingcod over halibut, really. But anyway, we lived that way for years. And of course, we went hunting after the, during the hunting season, which is very extensive here in Sitka. It runs from about August till, I think back then it ran clear into February. I think it ends now in January. But I'd take off in that skiff, and I'd go a long way. From Sitka. Sitka's a very difficult, rocky sound. Sitka Sound. It's just full of rocks. They have a saying here in Sitka that you've hit a rock or you're going to hit a rock. That's the two people in Sitka. I hit one myself, so I know. Anyway, I used to travel quite a ways. I'd go, by myself in the skiff. I go clear up to Mosier Island up there and Hoona Sound, and play around a little bit on the outside and cruise off. Salisbury Sound, and hit all the back bays. I'd hit Fish Bay, and I'd hit Deep Bay and Bear Bays, and all the bays up north, and then down south, of course, below Bjorka, I'd go into, by myself. I think as far as I went is Crawfish, and Big Bay, and a little bay in there called President's Bay. It's kind of a neat little place. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time fishing and crabbing. I bring home live Dungeness crabs, and put them on the floor when I got home, and I'd be walking across the living room floor, and the cat would come prancing in, and there'd be nose to nose. Yeah. But yeah, we pretty much lived off the land. I made kelp pickles. Besides all the berries, we made jellies and stuff. I made kelp pickles. Ate some kelp. I don't really care for it. Some people do. But anyway, I travel out once in a while and go out past the Cape, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles or whatever, on a really nice day, because I like to, there would be really great big swells, real long big ones. And I used to like the swell run out there in the skiff. I'd keep going, man, I just going like crazy up the side, then I go screaming down the backside of the swell, and then up another one. There used to be some really nice big ones there between about, out in front of St. Lazario and Bjork Island, the other side out there. I think the farthest I went out was 5 miles. I did some crazy stuff in that skiff. I just thought of some more stories. Oh boy. Anyway, today's story about, well, Moby Dick. It was August. I was been out fishing for silver coho salmon. Caught a few, caught some halibut. Released a lot of fish. And I started my way home, and I got off an area, went past Redoubt, went through the keyhole. It's kind of off Free Entrance Bay. I looked over, it's a great big ball of herring. And, it was neat looking. I kind of ran my skiff over and I shut the engine off. And I literally was sitting on top of the ball of herring. You could feel the herring underneath the boat going. They're little bitty guys like that. And just a huge ball of it. And it was like silver dollars in the sun. It was really pretty. And what was really neat was watching the salmon. There were salmon on the outside of it, forcing the herring together up close to the surface. They were darting in and out. I tied on a buzz bomb, no hook, so I drop it down over the side. Big jig, and then the salmon would come by over it and pull it away from it. I was kind of having fun. And I looked off to my left out towards Sitka Island, and I had seen a humpback whale working out there 10-15 minutes before. Never thought much of it. And the ski barge is, got a center console, and pretty close to the water. And I'm sitting on a seat, with a back on it, and I'm sitting there doing something, and all of a sudden there's this huge noise, kaboom! And I went straight up, the boat went straight up in the air. I'm talking 3-4 feet up. And everything was happening so fast, all I remember is looking over the side of the ski barge and seeing the back of a whale. And that whale had come up, I guess he didn't know I was on the other side of that ball of herring. So it came up through that ball of herring and hit my boat. And it kind of hit me, and I kind of went up, and it kind of slid off this way. And the whale went out in front of me. It couldn't have been very far, maybe 50 feet, and turned. And I remember seeing its eye. So there was the eye of this big whale, And in the meantime, I'm up on its back, kind of, sliding off the back of it. And fortunately, when I did work on the skiff earlier, I not only put a bilge pump inside the bilge, but I put a high-speed bilge pump on my deck. Because a lot of times I like to jig and have the engine shut off. And the ski barge didn't drain properly, off the scuppers or whatever out the back, the water. But anyway, I went up, turned to the side, the water started pouring into the boat. Fortunately, I hit the bilge pump, which ran both bilge pumps at the same time. And I don't know, I started the engine because the motor was still out of the water, but the boat was filling up really fast. I mean, I'm being swamped. And I don't think it would have sunk, because these ski bars are supposed to, kind of like whalers, supposed to be partially, can't sink them, I guess. Well, that's what they claim. Anyway, I get pushed up, kicked over, look down, I see the back of the whale going by, and of course I can hear him rubbing on the bottom of the boat, barnacles on the whale or something, or my barnacles under my boat, I don't know which. But anyway, I hit that bilge pump and start that engine as fast as I can. And normally when I took off in the ski barge, I, hit the throttle. You went kind of slow, because I learned real quick that if you gun it, you're going to spin your prop. Well, if you ever spin the prop, you know what I'm talking about. So I didn't want, but I didn't care then. Man, I gunned that boat and kind of went up this way, and the water was pouring out the back over the top of the sides of the whaler in the back, and the bilge pumps were flying, and fortunately I got up on step a little bit, drove around a little bit, and I was able to get all the water out of that ski barge. But man, that was really close. I think I almost bit it then. But anyway, it was just so strange that it happened fast, yet it seemed to happen in slow motion. So the whale, I don't know what happened yet. I never saw it again. I know I didn't do it any harm. But yeah, it was kind of a crazy experience. So I fished a little bit, went on home, Put the boat away and got my pack. And I cleaned the fish down at the fish cleaning dock, put the fish in bags, if we need it. And then I give it to friends or whatever. And we eat what we want during the week. Smoke some of it, can some of it. Anyway, so I get it all in the bags. I get home and, wife says, anything strange happened today? Oh, nothing. Are you sure? The Lord told me to start praying for you about 11, 12 o'clock. Well, that's exactly when this happened. So anyway, that is my experience. Should we say Moby Dick experience, or riding the whale here in Sitka, Alaska? And what I'm telling you is the truth. I'll swear by it in court. It's one of the strangest stories I ever seen. Sitting here telling this story now, I got some ideas for some more, and they're true. Maybe I'll make some more later. Well, till then, I'll put this on the internet for you, and I'll probably, as I start to make more stories, I'll make a playlist so the stories are in that area. Because I'm making videos, my travels in the trike and wildlife and my boat building thing, and trying to keep them all separate. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story, which was true. And until then, I'll catch you till next time.